Hi again, everybody. George from iONRx with another episode of The Truth About Hot Tubs. In this series, we're just telling you the truth about hot tubs, so to say. We're not going to candy coat it. There's no real promotional thing about what we're doing here, but we just kind of want to give you the truth about what hot tubs are. In today's episode, we're going to talk about alternative types of sanitizing systems and treatments and things like that, because there's a lot of it that's out there that is good, and there's a lot of it out there that really, is misleading to you. So let's get started. Obviously, this is our alternative to traditional chemicals, but it still needs some chemicals. There's no product out there that somebody will say it's a chemical-free spa. You don't use any chemicals. Stay away from that person, because there's absolutely no spa that you can be in that has no maintenance except for one product or something like that. It's impossible, because everything changes in water. pH, alkalinity, things like that. And it involves chemicals for you to change these things. So iONRx actually helps stabilize everything with the spa and make these changes much easier and much less often than traditional chemicals. So let's get started. Number one on the list, UV systems. UV systems have been around for a long time with hot tubs, and sometimes it's an added option on these spas. UV is okay. The problem with UV is, it claims to disinfect the spa, which in essence, it's not actually disinfecting anything. It's just not allowing these bacteria to replicate themselves. But it's only treating the water that's actually going through the actual UV light. So if you have some bacteria, let's say, floating around on the surface of the spa, you're not getting any treatment or anything like that out of a UV system. Secondly, Corona, ozone systems, great systems. Ozone works. Ozone is an excellent system. You see the little bubbles that are popping up. Even this spa is equipped with an ozonator. Great system. But an ozone system by itself cannot treat an entire spa on its own while it's being used and everything like that. The reason being is, if they had to design an ozone system that could treat this spa all the time, it'd probably cost almost 50% more than the spa itself costs. So if this is a $10,000 spa, you're probably looking at $15,000, because $5,000 more for ozone. Finally, salt systems. These things are now becoming really popular and stuff like that. And salt is okay, but don't be fooled, because in our pool business that we had in Florida, where we serviced 600 pools back in 2005, 2006, everyone's like, well, George, hey, I don't have chlorine anymore. I'm swimming in a salt pool, because, it's like swimming in the ocean. That's not true. Salt systems work, but what they do is there's an electrolyzing system built into the spa, which takes water that you add salt to. There's your salt water, just regular salt. It's not a special salt. I mean, it's a little bit different, but it's salt, which is sodium chloride. Where do you think the chlorine's coming from? All they do is they separate the chlorine from the sodium, making a chlorine gas, which is disinfecting. They work as far as that, but the water is kind of soft and slimy. It's a preferred taste. If you like it, if you like the feeling of that on your skin, they're great. But don't be fooled. You are making chlorine, and now your byproduct is sodium. And your skin is the largest organ of the human body, and pretty much 60% of what your skin comes into contact with is going into your bloodstream. So if you're sitting in this spa every day for a couple of hours, you're absorbing a lot of sodium. So if you have high blood pressure or a concern about sodium, it might not be your best option. And also, salt systems create a lot of corrosion. We're here in Cleveland, Ohio, where they salt our roads and everything, and we all know what happens with salt on roads. Well, that's happening to these systems too. They require maintenance. You have to change the cells out and everything like that. In our opinion, a balanced water, pH, alkalinity is balanced, iONRx, and tap water levels of chlorine, and you're going to have a system that's very easy to take care of. It is once a week. Once you get started, you can maybe go every 2 weeks with this, the treatments and stuff like that. It all depends on how much you use it. It's similar to a car. The more you drive it, the more gasoline you're going to need, and the more times you're going to have to change the oil. So there's other systems like enzymes and stuff like that. They don't work with iONRx. Enzymes are little bugs and critters that they put in the water to eat up all the oils and the dead skin and things like that. Great in septic systems and stuff like that. I don't know if I'd want to be swimming and bathing in something like that. And then you have the systems like that, the frog systems and stuff like that. They work. They're good. But problem is with those, you have to reload them with their own tablets. You can't control how much chlorine that they're using and things like that. A little bit difficult. Simple. This is what you want. You don't want to become a chemist and have to try to figure out how your hot tub is running every day. So that's about it as far as alternative methods in treating hot tubs. Let us know if you like it by giving us a like. Leave us a comment if you have something else you want us to talk about. Follow us on social media. check us out at iONRx.com, and see you again soon. Thanks.